evening, Canterbury. Welcome to NewsMakers and our weekly debate on some of the week's big talking points. It's a pleasure to introduce this week's cast of commentators: NBR journalist Chris Hutching, TaylorShaw legal eagle and university lecturer Kathryn Dalziel, and law teacher David Round. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening.
Very good to see you. Well, it's been a week since the Bain trial climaxed with the not guilty verdicts, but the aftershocks continue to rattle New Zealand. This is one great legal earthquake, isn't it? In fact, the media's Bain fever could well be declared a global pandemic. Maybe it should be, by the World Health Organization. There are so many twists and turns we could dissect, obviously, in a few minutes of discourse. But what has grabbed your interest since the trial, David?
Since the trial, I think the rumours swirling this morning about the plea bargains would be particularly eye-catching, and the suggestion made that at some point during the trial, David Bain's team was actually considering changing a plea to guilty, so I understand from the news reports this morning, pleading guilty to the murder of Robin in return for the charges against the others being dropped. That is particularly striking, Mike.
What are the indelible impressions for you, Kathryn?
Wendy Petrie's as she did her, we're about to go live to the verdicts from the jury. I thought that was a lovely moment in television. The second thing that impressed upon me was the jury's reaction and the fact that they're not looking after juries as they're coming out of a 3-month trial. A brilliant politician whose name escapes me, that's right, Leanne Dalziel, made a comment.
Are you related?
Yeah, well, yeah, so I keep on telling people she's my mother, which makes her cross. She's my older sister. I know she's done well, all right? Anyway, dear old Leanne, she was saying in the media this week that we need some work done for our juries to deal with that, and I totally agree. It was just appalling that they were in that situation, not being looked at to the point that they felt like members felt like hugging David afterwards and attending his after-match function. So that did impact upon me as well. Yeah.
Is that the fault of the system, though? I mean, surely jurors know how they should behave after a trial. We don't need more rules. All we need is juries to behave sensibly, which, of course, the jury did not in reaching the verdict that it reached in the first place.
I think the legal profession's got a wee bit to answer for here. I liked your description, Bain fever, earlier on. But the lawyer, Mr Reid, has obviously been watching a lot of legal Boston Legal, because that's the kind of way they engaged in this case. He tackled horns with the judge to make the judge seem like a big ogre and therefore, make the accused seem more of a victim.
He certainly tried to make the judge seem like an ogre, but I thought the judge displayed remarkable restraint and courtesy in the face of appalling provocation by an absolutely appalling man who behaved disgracefully.
Yes, he did. He was extremely fair. But coming back to the Bain fever issue, and you mentioned about the reporter going like this when he came out. Now, I don't know if the guy's guilty. I don't know if he's not guilty. But I do know, I'm not prepared to make this leap of faith that he's some kind of hero. And this is what I think occurred to most of the media that were there. They were captured.
I understand, and this perhaps probably isn't the greatest of revelations, that on the day before the verdicts were delivered, the entire court media assembled there entered a sweepstake, and they had to put money on whether he was guilty, not guilty, and at what time, on what day, would the jury return a verdict. I just wonder if that is perhaps epitomising the celebrity circus that gripped the media's coverage of this whole mass-murdering tragedy.
To be fair, I think there were quite a few office sweepstakes throughout the country on the...
Were you part of one?
No, I wasn't. No, I think most of them were in favour of a guilty verdict, most of the office sweepstakes.
How comfortable are you with the jury's verdict?
I'm extremely uncomfortable after this verdict, and we have had a few in recent years where you have a verdict comes out and then the next day you discover that this guy is a mass murderer or a rapist or something. Now, I have real questions and trouble about that kind of evidence not being put to the jury.
I didn't sit there for 3 months looking at all the evidence, so I don't think I'm really in a position to comment. The thing that's concerned me afterwards in respect of the verdict is the debate about whether he's innocent or not guilty. And one of our fundamental rights in our legal system is that somebody is innocent until they are proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt. And what worries me is that we're starting to get discussion about juries coming back with innocent verdicts. And the minute you do that, you will lose that fundamental right for accused. And that's what really worries me about it.
David?
I'm afraid that this verdict has sapped my faith in the jury system.
Because of their decision or their behaviour afterwards?
But more because of the decision itself, because I must say that I thought the evidence was overwhelmingly the other way. Their behaviour afterwards, that was certainly imprudent, but after all, if they think he's innocent, then what's to stop them from expressing that and so on? It was certainly imprudent, but what really shocks me is the fact that a pack of gullible dimwits can come to that verdict.
After 3 months.
After 3 months.
Of careful analysis.
And then 5 hours or so of actual deliberation in the jury room.
All right. A couple of quick things. Compensation for David Bain. Is it a runner? Kathryn?
If he can prove it on the balance of probabilities that he is innocent.
David, will he get it?
I certainly hope not.
Chris, should he get it?
I don't know if he should or not, but I think he's going to have a great deal of difficulty getting it, given these subsequent revelations.
One other revelation that has emerged this week is Joe Karam receiving $330,000 from the Legal Services Board. I think a lot of legal people have been aware that he has been a paid advisor, during the trial. Perhaps they might be gobsmacked by the sheer size of the paycheck, but is there something uneasy about this, Kathryn?
I wasn't too worried about it, actually. The Crown resources, generally, there is more resources to the Crown than there is to Defence, so I didn't lose any sleep over it.
I'd agree with my learned sister on this one, Mike. No, I'm relaxed too. I mean, he must have put in vast amounts of work. I'm sure if you do it on an hour-by-hour basis, it comes out fair enough. Fair enough, yes, that the little man should... should be funded, not just the Crown.
Are you OK with Joe's big cheque?
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. After all, I might need his services one day. Who knows?
Yeah.
There is that, yes.
Cheap rate.
Do you believe there are going to be any more dramatic developments to the whole Bain trial saga, or is this it? Are we facing closure?
Laniette's baby might turn up.
Well, he has actually turned up. He was on a talkback radio show just an hour ago.
Really?
To Karen Hay, and he was explaining to her how he was the missing baby. So
No.
I don't think this is going to go away for a long time.
And do you want it to go away, Mike? This has just been a media dream. We've got everything.
I don't think swine flu is getting much of a look-in, really, is it?
No. This is too good for you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We'll come up with swine flu shortly. In terms of the discussion, not a demonstration of it. And some other issues. Do stay with us.